Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Duckling Boot Camp Class 106 Community Race. I am DM Stewart 1981. Alongside me in the booth is Mecklin89er. How are we doing tonight, Mecklin?
I am doing pretty fantastic today. Ready to watch these competitors blow this seat away.
Actually, I should rephrase that. New Platimus Prime, Mecklin89.
Oh, stop. You're making me blush.
And welcome Raiders from Sweetie Bit Racing. So let's talk. So what about these flags?
Yeah, so the flags, they're the winter tournament of this most recent winter tournament, 2025. These are the qualifier flags. The flag themselves had progression throughout the tournament on the different rounds. The basics for this is it's a shard hunt. We have vanilla bosses, vanilla scripts for those bosses, vanilla touches for all enemies, and we have a forced party. As you can see on our screen, everybody has a thief, everybody has a black mage. So we are forced thief black mage, and we get a forced nun in the third slot, and the fourth slot is a mage of your choice. It is forced melee in the first slot, forced any but black belt in the second slot. So it can create some really weird party dynamics.
Well, and it could be a nun. It could be a forced nun in the second slot as well.
Yes, it can, and I have seen a couple.
And it's recruit, but recruit only nuns. Recruit only to replace nuns.
That is correct, and you will be able to find all of the black belt, I believe, in the shops. So if the black belt does not show up in the first slot, you will not see a black belt for the seed.
Yeah, which makes me a sad panda.
I didn't much care for black belt in these seeds. I tried it a few times. It didn't go well for me, but others it went remarkably well. So, do we know the blessings? We do, actually. I have that pulled up here. Our fighter gets 800 gold, which we don't have a fighter on screen. Our thief has hurt dragon. Our black mage has equip axe. Red mage comes with cure 3. White mage gets 10% hit. And the black belt, which we don't see, has clean magic.
Okay, we're off. And white mage in the Corneria Tavern. We have life 1, which is available in battle, as I recall. And fire 3.
Yeah, we have life 1 and life 2 in battle, I believe.
But life 1 is not available for the red mage or the red wizard.
Yeah, that slot 2 always feels bad.
That slot 2 is... as I recall, isn't it also entrance shuffle?
No, we do not have entrance shuffle.
No, not entrance shuffle.
We do have a chime shuffle.
I'm confusing. Okay, chime shuffle. I'm confusing flag sets.
Yeah. It's easy to do. There's quite a few flag sets out there that we run, so...
I'm confusing this with the 105 flags. Because I watched that race back earlier today. Or that Platy race earlier today. And Chanigan with Map Derp. We all love Map Derp.
I don't know. Is the screen hiccuping for you? Or is that just
a little bit.
Okay.
It is a little bit.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
So with vanilla touch attacks, what enemy makes you the most nervous?
Sorcerers in ordeals and sorcerers in sky. Probably the worst, hands down.
That's an Oxyale and TNT. Oh, wouldn't it feel funny? Wouldn't it feel funny to see Dwarf Cave be chime locked?
I have seen worse things, so... My favorite memory of winter tournament this year was bonking on Temple of Fiends because the game is mean, and then proceeding.
I remember that seed.
Yeah, proceeding to forget about the king who has the chime, and princess has progression.
I remember that seed.
Yeah, it's pretty rude, but it's funny. It's funny to watch. It's funny to look back on it and laugh. It's not fun in the moment because you're like, "Why, game? What are you doing to me?" Because you just stop and you.
We've got a heal 3. We've got a heal 3 at Provoca.
Hey, that's a nice spell to have. Lit 3
and Zap.
Yeah, those are some nice spells. I didn't see what black magic was at level 1.
There's Fire 3 and not much else.
Okay, so we have some decent sweepers to start off with. That's pretty nice.
And, there was also Harm 2, which... Let's not sleep on White Mage Improved Harm. Ribbon in the, We got a ribbon in the, Toph unlocked duet.
That is a nice find. Any ribbon in this seed is fantastic. Ribbons are not incentivized. We have Defense Sword, Power Bonk, and the Excalibur as incentive items. So yeah, finding that ribbon this early, absolutely take that.
Yeah. We also have cheap houses. Oh, that's damage poison on Garland and Blizzard.
You know what? I'll take it on Garland because that hopefully means it's not going to be anywhere else.
And there's a monster in a box that's going to have a shard that Ale is finding.
Oh yeah, that's something we didn't mention. Shards. So it's the shard hunt, but the shards are trapped inside of treasure chests behind monsters. And they are allocated formations, which will be any of the... Is it local formations?
I think it's local. And
yes.
When Chanigan gets a monster in a box that is EXPs.
Oh, those are juicy to find early.
I mean, they have Poison Touch. But still.
Better Poison Touch than Poison Damage.
Yeah, better Poison Touch than Damage Poison. So there's a shard for Chanigan, there's a shard for Ale. And Chanigan's going to go turn in that TNT and get the crystal.
I believe... Yes, we do have extended open progression, so we can make our way down to Elflin. So... with the canal already in hand, this is either going to turn into more fetch chain, or the ship is what I'm more likely looking at. But eventually we're going to find that canoe here pretty soon.
I can see either of those happening. And Ale finishes off those pirates to get that canoe. Okay, no shards here at Matoya, but it's worth checking these chests since you're right here anyway.
Yeah, and Matoya had our canoe, which is going to push us towards Crescent Lake and Volcano area. It is worth noting that the Ice Cave and Marsh Cave are not incentivized because vanilla touch effects in those two caves is horrible.
Are awful.
It's the worst. Stun touch for days.
Not quite the worst. Stun touch for days is bad. Sorks that get 8 swings and death touch are worse.
Yeah.
For me, the scariest enemies with vanilla touch effects are probably Sorks with with the death touch and the ridiculous number of hits, and Gurmedusas that have stone touch and a ridiculous number of hits.
Oh yeah, Stone Touch is another one. Burbs, the Burbs in Earth Cave.
Yeah, Burbs and Arburbs.
Yep. That's the one that gets me the most, I think, with the Stone
There's
Touch.
Life 2 at level 6 in Crescent, Fast at level 6.
Well, they're learnable by those black mages that we were forced into. But if anybody didn't take a white mage, that Life 2 is potentially off the books. And I completely blanked there on what Chanigan just picked up in Crescent Lake.
I missed it too. That's okay. We're gonna see Ale pick it up short. We're gonna see Ale or Inferno pick it up soon. Soon, trademark.
Okay, I like what Chanigan just did there. We took a step inside a volcano just to check and see if it was chime locked before we save and do the actual dive in. Can save you some steps. Although at this point, I think it has to be progression. I don't believe there's anywhere else that we can go right now.
I think you're right. Is it random shallow or random deep?
Random deep. So Agama floor or the singular box on Carrie's floor.
Yeah, so Agama or Red D.
There's a lot of +5 flame armor there in the Volcano Armory.
That's a nice fight. Oh! Was that the Hydra or the Croc that had nuke?
I missed it.
Something that Chanigan just ran into had nuke. And where is Franklin? Okay, that's Dwarf. Yeah, Earth Cave's also not somewhere that's going to be a fun dive.
No, there's quite a bit of undead, as well as the jerk burbs that we mentioned.
Yeah.
The stun touch, stone touch, yeah.
Stun touch for days.
And then also mummies with sleep touch. Don't forget about those.
Yeah, let's not sleep on that.
Yeah. Those can be pretty bad. They come in pretty large packs there. The burbs, the undead, the mummies, they all come in quite large packs from 2 to 6, I believe. Burbs might be able to come in more, I think.
I think burbs come all the way to 9.
Yeah.
And Franklin gets that canoe.
Ooh, warp at level 4.
Oh. Pro ring. Also the key items are in marked trapped chests.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did forget to mention that as well.
Monster in a box. It's a hydrant. It's a red hydra. And it's not that thick either. So Chanigan pretty much just looking in these. That's a Thor hammer. That's not a bad find.
Yeah, Thor hammer's nice. Definitely gives our thief something more to do.
Exactly. That's a sweeper that thief can use.
Chanigan giving the white mage a hammer to swing.
Hey, bada, 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 bada. Hey, bada, 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 bada. Swing, bada.
Oh, it was the cube. Okay, that's
Oh,
okay. That makes more sense. Why volcano becomes more relevant.
yeah.
That's definitely gonna
Is
force our progression there. If this was closer to the finals for winter tournament, we would be seeing a possible
and
early skydive.
it's herb. Oh yeah, with all the map edits.
Yes. Yeah,
It
as
is.
the tournament progressed, we got more and more map edits added, as well as increased boss scaling and wider threshold on weapon and armor blurstings. I think those were the main edits that were changed.
Yes, as I recall. And it is no secret that the finals of the Duck Derby will be those winter tournament finals flags.
Good
I
luck,
don't
Ducks.
know if the other flags. I don't know if the other flags have been officially announced. Which I suppose I probably should, since I'm one of the Duckling Dons.
I think Saracen did post it in one of the chats at some point, but don't
Okay,
quote me on that.
Yeah, I'll double check with Saracen before I say anything more. But I mean, the finals are always the winter tournament finals.
Yeah, tradition, right?
Always happening. Tradition.
It makes sense to have the finals for the Duckling Derby be something that is some type of event that was very competitive,
Yes.
and winter tournament is probably the most competitive event that FFR throws. So it just fits.
It is our flagship event. Winter tournament, which used to be spring tournament. I remember back when it was spring tournament.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I first joined and people were talking about spring tournament, I was wondering when spring tournament starts, and then I'm realizing that they're the same thing now.
That is an ice 3 and a temper, and an exit and a harm 3, all at level 3.
Stacked level
So
3.
our first three levels have each of the level 3 elemental spells.
That's, you know what? That's wonderful, because that tells me that we're probably not going to see Nuke until Gaia at the earliest, I think.
And harm 4 and warp at level 4.
Yeah, suddenly that white mage is becoming pretty powerful. As you said, the harm spells are not something to joke about. They can do some pretty decent damage.
Real damage. They do real damage. And that's a fighter.
And Chanigan picks it up.
I like that play.
It makes sense. The thief can do damage, and with the weapon blurstings being +4 to +5, the katana or the vorpal that we would end up coming across, could be used. But knowing that the Excalibur is in the item pool, it definitely makes sense to grab that fighter, just to have that.
Inferna makes the play on Marsh.
Yeah, we picked up a few shards along the way. A pro cape I saw. I think there was one or two other items that were alright to find. But possibly looking for early gear, early levels.
Getting pro ring.
And I think that said that Astos had to ship.
I think it might have. I was looking at Ale's screen.
I'm trying to keep these shard counts updated as we go. Yes, it was the ship.
It is a ship.
Fantastic.
No, we didn't have northern docks on these.
No, we do not. And I will say that I attempted to go to Northern Docks in the seed that I did earlier today, and these flags. and was pretty disappointed when they didn't exist.
Yeah. There's a Light Axe +5. And Franklin does exactly what I would do with it and puts it on that White Mage.
Yeah, free harm 2 casts.
Free harm 2 casts.
Which it looks like harm 2, harm 3, and harm 4 on that White Mage. So
yes,
we have plenty of harm spells to go around.
And given where Life and Life 2 both spawned on the in the magic slots, it looks like White Black was objectively the right play in this seed.
Where was the... Oh, Life 2 was level 6,
Life
right?
2 was at level 6.
Yeah.
And Life was in the slot that a Red Mage or Red Wizard will not be able to learn.
Right.
Alright, we have Random Ordeals incentive. We have Chanigan in Ordeals. Ordeals is a little scary.
Yeah, Medusas, along with Zombies, we can stun touch, and then the Sorcerers. All of which just feel terrible. Ooh, White Shirt and Dragon Armor, both really nice finds.
Oh, extremely nice finds.
Oh yeah, and I forgot about the large packs of mummies that can just put you to sleep forever. Sleep paralysis. Yeah. Ooh, Opal +4. We're finding some pretty nice gear.
Yes.
And there it is, the floater for Chanigan out of Ordeals. The only other thing I think it could have been at that point is a fetch chain.
Is a fetch chain to the floater.
Right.
Or to the rod.
Right. We do have the rod. That's right. We do have Earth potentially in play. It is post rod. So.
And airboat.
Airboat. I love to see it. I am really sad when airboat's not turned on.
Ice Shield +5.
Yeah, we're finding lots of good gear. It's worth noting we're checking a lot of the unmarked chests because the Excalibur Defense Sword and Power Bonk will not be in a marked chest due to how the flags are set. Right. With the way it works is rare gear is not turned on for marked chests, so those items will never appear inside of them.
Right, and that's a bottle.
That's a pretty free turn-in over here at Gaia. Potentially could see Chanigan jumping into Sky here with that cube.
I was gonna say if that's oh, that's right. It's Chime Shuffle.
Oh, and there's a tail we can't purchase.
There's a tail for about 2/3 of what the vanilla game shop item costs. That's a ruby. Does Titans have an incentive?
Titans is incentivized. It's random, but I mean it's only 4 chests, so. But yeah,
only 4 chests.
Ruby does matter in these flags. Yeah, Chime Shuffle is something that's easy to forget. Until you bonk, and then you're like, why? Why can I not go inside?
And it's Power Bonk.
Oh, Power Monk from Sarda. That's a nice find.
And now we head to the Titan's chest. Oh, that was a scary pack from last night.
Oh yeah, those wolves.
What was it those Gerwolves had last night?
Damage poison, along with like 7 other enemies. It felt like, at least.
Yeah, everything had damage poison.
And it sounds like I saw the least amount of it from everyone that was
That's a slab. That's a slab for Chanigan. Yeah, I think he did. Ale, on the other hand, can and does buy that tail.
I think we sold a couple pieces of gear, which makes
possible.
sense. That tail's going to be pretty powerful.
And another shard for Chanigan. Gonna go turn in that. I'm gonna go translate that slab.
That is a good question, Catnip. I don't know the answer. If Titans is chime locked, would both entrances be chime locked? And I assume yes, but
I don't know.
I honestly don't know that it can be chime locked. It may not be. It may be one of those entrances that cannot be chime locked.
Oh, goal! Say hags with glare.
Oof.
That is
the white mage that Franklin has coming in clutch there with the life spell. Yeah.
Coming in super clutch.
We can unclench now. Alright, time for the equipment juggling for Ale.
Yeah. Sorry, I was muttering something. My friend is watching Deep Space Nine, and just got to a really good one.
Did we translate? And I missed it. I guess we translated.
Yes, Chanigan did translate, and that's a loot.
Yeah, that's a good thing we've gone there. Is required. Chanigan also bought the tail. Thank you. I'm trying to watch 4 screens and it's going well. It's going well for me.
Yeah, it's Chanigan there and promotes. Exits out.
Okay, what Franklin just did there inside of Astos' room, we took a few steps to the left of Astos to see the chests down in that room and see if any of them are marked. You can visually see those chests, along with Spider Floor is another place where that can come and play. You can see a few of the chests on that floor, and it can help out, so you just skip out on those rooms. Same thing with Mermaid's Floor. I'm trying to think of anywhere else that comes in play. Oh! You see what I see?
I see blue steak.
Some juicy blue steak. That might have been off the hard reset.
Right off the hard. I was gonna say, was that right off the hard reset?
Yeah, I'm not. I haven't been paying close enough attention to know where that first encounter was at, but it sure felt like it could have been.
There's a Sun Sword +4. Sun Sword +4 is an endgame sword. That's an endgame sword for that ninja.
Yeah, that's a big sword. Um, also note, Ale pulled the rod out of the robot's waterfall location.
That's a good note. That's a good note to find. I think Janigan will be heading that direction next.
Now, the question is here. Is Ale going to remember that Mermaid Prison is turned on? Or are we already at level 22?
That is a good question.
Well, it appears I may have the answer here.
We know it can't. We know that Sea Shrine can't have the key.
Okay, so we're going left. So we did look. It appears Ale took a moment, pause, take a look over the flags real quick, see if the prison is turned on. Realizing it is, okay, we're going to go left. We're going to see what shards we can find. Maybe potentially find a grind tile to hit level 22 on this ninja to get our thief lockpicking turned on.
And is it random unlocked or random locked?
It's random locked.
Okay.
So the singular chest on the TFC floor, or any of the chests in the mermaid side. Oh, a rune sword.
Rune sword's a nice find.
Yeah, it's a poor person's X-Cal. It'll do some pretty nice damage to 3 of the Fiend refights. And it's also a pretty moderately okay sword to swing against Chaos if we have a power bonk and fast and tempers. Now this.
I mean, if you have a power bonk, and fast and tempers, then you pretty much already have things.
Right, that's true. I've definitely seen like large knives being used against Chaos.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, with fast and tempers and power bonk, anything is an end game weapon with sufficient amount of turns.
True. I don't know if you caught what tile Ale just stepped on, but
That's Naga water.
Yeah, that's a juicy bout of experience. And we have 2 Ice 3 casters.
Amount of experience.
So we're going to hit level 22 here before we even go to Kraken, and then we can go ahead and dive and grab that out of logic incentive item. Chime inside of Sky. Not something you often see.
No, it really isn't.
I love seeing that. Chime locked in the one place that you typically can't get to without.
And honestly, I probably take some levels and just exit out. What is that ninja swinging? And that ninja is now at 22 and now has lock picking on.
Might be just depleting Ice 3 charges on this tile before doing anything else. Like it's a lot of experience, so
that is very possible.
Inferna has pulled our first fiend of the day,
and it's a carry. It's Kelly. Okay,
she hits hard.
Yeah, 6-pack. The 6-pack does not have anything. Did Chanigan check Cece's Gambit?
I don't recall.
That Whiz Vamp is down. Katana +5.
Hey,
Think about
that's
that
a
ton.
fantastic find for that ninja.
And Chanigan's going to go up and get 4 shards off of Tia.
As Ale is going to get 4 shards off of Kraken.
Yep.
Something that I'd like to point out with Chanigan finding that Katana +5, the ninja suddenly feels like our damage dealer here. We have the white ninja and black knight flags turned on for this tournament as well. So what that means is our ninja, instead of learning levels 1 through 4 black magic, will have the spell permissions to learn 1 through 4 white. Whereas it's inverse for the knight. That knight will be able to learn temper. So we'll be able to cast temper from multiple sources on that ninja.
I think also fast.
Did we see fast?
Oh, no, not fast. We did see it, I think it was at level 6.
Okay. I thought it was a little too high for the knight to use.
Ale downs a Kraken.
Yeah, and Inferno's not looking too hot over here against Carrie. We're down to very minimal spells, and yeah, that felt like it was going to be a party wipe.
Yeah, Carrie casts Punch.
It's very bold to take on Carrie this early.
Effective.
I know I personally don't feel very confident in my abilities to take on Carrie this early. Unless I have usually like Nuke or Fade.
And Mechlin clearing, or your Mechlin, Ale clearing out Mermaid Floor. Your name is sitting right on top of the is sitting right on top of Ale's screen.
Oh yeah, you're good.
It's been a day.
I hear you. Oh, Franklin finding that tail and realizing we are just a few thousand short of purchasing it.
Yeah.
Probably have some gear that we could go ahead and sell right now. I would imagine. We've picked up quite a few things.
Franklin gets that ruby.
It's a bowl of cereal.
I love our fun percent flags.
I do as well. I think I have mine set to drinks at the moment. I like to rotate them out every once in a while. When it starts feeling stale, I'll put on a different category. Okay, Ale appears to only be looking for marked boxes at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's a ribbon.
Bubbles holding onto a ribbon.
Home.
Thank you, Bubbles. I think Ale might be running into the same dilemma that a lot of us had when first running the Winter Tournament flags, is that where key item not in marked box, yes. Where's it at? Possibly because it's the defense sword or the X-Cow.
Yeah.
Also, walking right past the TFC room.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what ends up lying inside of that.
But you know what? If Ale has a good sword on that ninja, he doesn't necessarily, and the white shirt. Did Ale get the white shirt?
Someone picked it up. I'm trying to remember where it was even at this point. I know it was next to the dragon armor, which maybe was in Ordeals.
That was Ordeals.
Okay.
So yes, if Ale has that white shirt, and Ale is using drinks, Ale gets the
tequila.
If Ale's got a decent sword and the white shirt, and Ale probably doesn't care about that, about an X-Cal or a defense sword.
That's true.
And yes, Fast was at level 6. So it's entirely possible Ale is just saying, you know what, don't need it. If it's not the key item, I don't need it.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
If it's incentivized to gear, nope. And Shanigan gonna go down and take down a Kraken. I wonder if Ale remembers that Chime is shuffled.
It's another one of those flags that's not used often, so if not familiar enough with the flags, possibly. But
I completely forgot it was on.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, like, if you're not expecting it, it's definitely going to catch you off guard whenever you inevitably run into that entrance. Now, I mean, it could end up that it lands on Marsh or Ice Cave. We'll just never see it. Now, we know it's not Marsh because Inferno was in Marsh, but, like, still could be Ice Cave.
It could be Ice Cave. It could be one of the one of the Cardia dead ends.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about those as an option.
Yeah, it could be one of the completely useless Cardia dead ends. And Franklin gonna head over to Lefane and pick up that loot. Meanwhile, Shanigan into Earth.
Alright, well, this is the X-Cal, which means
That's the X-Cal.
The defense sword was most likely the item inside of Sea Shrine. Unless it turns out that the key item landed in the TFC box and we just didn't see it.
And I wonder if Shanigan has... Is that high enough level to have lock picking?
The HP pool kind of makes me think so. It's definitely floating in that general area.
That's another shard for Shanigan. Shanigan could, in theory, not check another box.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think about it, but I think key has to be here. Or adamant to lead to the kill, right?
Yeah, I think it does. But at the same time, Shanigan doesn't necessarily need it.
Right. Yeah,
If he's got level 22, if he's got lockpicking...
Nope, we're level 20. Chanigan's level
Okay.
20. I did happen to see a flash of the screen, but not far off.
And I was even specifically looking for it and didn't see it. Chanigan could, in theory, get this key item, which I think it has to be adamant into key.
Yeah, I think that's at this point where we're at in the seed.
I think Chanigan's got 20 shards. This will make 21. Yeah. Chanigan's got 21 shards. I think if I'm Chanigan... Okay, now hear me out on this. I think if I'm Chanigan, I check the bottom, the 3-pack, see if there's a shard down there. And if there's a shard down there, I do Lich, I turn the adamant in to get the key, and I'm going to Topher.
Yeah, it's a pretty sound play, honestly. I know.
Oh. No. Don't even bother with that. Turn the adamant in for the key. Go check Dwarven Armory.
Oh. Yeah, because that is where the key has to be at this point.
Yeah.
Because key can't be inside of TFC. That has to be the defense sword at this point.
Yes. Okay, Chanigan's picking up the magic. Invis 2, Life 2, Fog 2. Picking up Fast. And Lock 2. Yeah, Chanigan's got it figured out.
The rarely seen Bane Sword chest on Ale screen there. Taking a peek in to see if we got a marked box.
Well, I check that all the time because anytime I check that all the time if we're random or shard hunt. Because anytime I don't check it, it's something I need.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that.
Chanigan knew where he had left a shard.
Oh, there we go. So this will be essentially go mode for Chanigan.
Yeah, and probably can just go.
And we are
gonna check. We are gonna get the items.
Yeah, we're already here. Guess it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
and
still
3,000 XP.
We're still a level short of lock picking, so we will need to go pick up that key.
And picking up, he's picking up all the magic he needs. Picking up that Ice 3 and that Temper on the night.
Now, in your opinion, do you feel that it's faster to go to Lefane if you're doing this much flying around grabbing magic? Or is it still quicker just to go to the regular shops that have that magic?
Depends on where I'm starting from. If I'm starting from Volcano like Chanigan is, I'm going to go around the interstate.
Okay.
If I'm already up north, like if I just promoted, I go to Lefane.
Okay, that's fair. Because
it's not just the time of getting between the cities here in the south. It's also travel time to and from.
That makes sense. I just know that's something I'm definitely I never feel confident about. Do I run around the inner sea and grab the magic that I want, or do I take the trip to Lefane because it's a one-stop shop for what I want as well?
And that ninja does get that ninja can't does learn life.
Okay, Ale gonna pick up loot here and going to be on a quick hunt for 4 more shards, I believe. Unless I've miscounted here at some point. And we're in need of another shard.
And that is adamant into key. And now Chanigan's just going to go and...
We're picking up the X-Cow.
Yeah, we're picking up that X-Cow.
Which, I don't know that I saw Chanigan find the defense sword. So at this point in his mind, it's one or the other. And honestly, either or I will take. I'm probably not going to go hunt for the other one of the two, but essentially it's a quick free check here in Canary Castle. So you might as well. So yeah, X-Cal is going to do a ton of damage to the Fiend refights. Katana is going to be a nice cleanup. And then potentially we're going to look at seeing the Thief carry us through the Chaos fight with the extra crits.
And Chanigan uses validation. He checks the 2 validation chests.
Oh, Ale does have 24 shards, so Ale is now in go mode as well.
This finish could be close. Mid Topher is, of course, best Topher. Don't like it, fight me.
I think it's a lot closer than you think, because I think my streams got desynced here.
Huh.
At the beginning when all the hang-up was happening. So we might be a little closer than it appears on screen. I just don't want to touch anything.
Yeah, this looks super close.
Yeah, this is...
But this Lich, too, is going to be awkward because...
Yeah, lead off with Nuke, and then we have Stop, and I don't even remember what else is in our arsenal, but hey.
Ellen 2 feeding Lich 2 some cake.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly approve. Ooh.
Chug those heal pots.
I know it takes more time, but I like to save the use of my spell charges for in combat.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. If I have like Cure 4, Cure 3, and Heal 3 all like level 1 and level 2, even level 3, I might consider using a few of them, but I definitely want to save quite a few of those for specifically like the Kraken, the Tia, and the Chaos fights.
Yes.
They can get pretty dicey if you don't have Cure 4 or Heal 3 charges available.
Oh, I agree completely. They get pretty dicey even if you do.
Yes. Especially when Kraken does what Kraken do best.
Yeah, Kraken likes to punch life casters.
But we're leading off with Lit 2, that's a good sign. Alright, there's
the only thing I'm worried about is how much are you gonna how much are you going to just? How much are you going to spend buffing, and how much and when do you just start hitting? And that's cracking 2 down.
Yeah, that was
Gale
big.
has not lost a party member.
Big numbers, 1,200 plus damage. Chanigan on the Kraken now as well. Quad X comes out and takes care of Kraken for us.
And that thing, poison smoke slain on the black wizard.
That's okay. Our Black Wizard does not have life spells. It's fine. Everything is okay.
And Chanigan taking the purple worms, and I like this play. Because it's a ton of XP. You noticed 8,400 or so XP. And straight into that Tiamat fight.
Okay, wall cast on the white mage, perfect, because Bane comes out and obliterates the party. So now we have 2 charges of life 2 to use to pick up some party members and hopefully get through this. I heard the airship theme and I got really confused.
Yeah. And there's Thunder from Tiamat, from Tia 2. Arm 4 comes out. There's damage poison. That wall is really useful.
Uh-oh. We don't have life magic on that red mage. That's a reset.
Yep. Everyone back up on Chanigan's side.
Yeah, we had those life 1 charges we were saving for after combat. Trying to use life in battle does not always feel so great, especially when you're going up against a fiend that has a lot of damaging sweepers. It almost feels useless at that point. Alright, so we got some last minute equipment juggling from Chanigan here, putting the power bonk on the ninja. Trying to equip both the power bonk and the pro ring at the same time does not work.
Doesn't work. They're both arms.
But now we are pulled on to the chaos fight. Test swing off of the...
Oh!
Uh-oh. We don't have life magic on this fighter.
Nope.
We do have temper and we have lock. We're going to see how long we can make this last. Without a ruse item though, and no cure magic, I don't feel like this is going to go too far.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is going to work. Topher, the great equalizer.
It sure is, and whenever you have vanilla fiends with some boosted HP and boosted stats, it's probably the worst randomized Topher that could exist. I feel personally, the vanilla scripts are not anything to laugh at. All right. Meanwhile, Franklin was able to take down Tia, picking up 2 shards over here in Waterfall. I saw Inferno grabbed their salmon from the Bottle Fairy and is now going to pick up their slab. It also just kind of dawned on me that the Bottle Fairy gave you the item that was required to get the slab to have to come back to the area. It always feels bad when that happens.
It feels funny when that happens. Not like as funny as super lazy dwarves, but
right. Yeah, when you find adamant and TNT inside of the chests in the locked room and dwarvery, and
yeah.
That was a good one. That's probably my favorite laziest dwarves ever.
Yeah, we'll blame that. We'll credit Saracen for that one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Ink coming out from Kraken. That's another thing to mention. Increased dark penalty is turned on. So if you get inked or have the darkness spell put on you, it's essentially blind. You might hit, but it's most likely you're gonna miss. And the only way to cure that is using Lamp or Cure 4. Lamp stocks way up.
So as we get close to an hour, I would like to. Well, I mean, ordinarily I would shout out our restreamer and tracker, but that's you, Macklin.
Hey, I'm doing the things.
But yes, the tracker, our trackers, our restreamers, our race crews do a phenomenal job getting all of these races broadcast for your entertainment. And Chanigan on that Tiamat 2. There's the thunder coming out. That hurt, but Tiamat 2 is down.
Okay, and we have two party members
Hale's
again.
on Chaos. 10 for 496. Doesn't feel great, but... But it's consistent damage. And that'll do it. Ale downs Chaos. Get your GGs out. Ale is our first finisher with an official race time GG time of 58:47. Meanwhile, Chanigan also on Chaos. GG to you, Ale.
GG's.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Nicely done. Topher, the great equalizer.
Yeah, I was a little nervous at it. Saw the. To be fair, I don't really read the flags tonight. So when I saw Nuke on Lich, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I think the bosses have vanilla scripts. And I went back and looked, and I was like, yeah, bosses have vanilla scripts. This will be fun.
Yeah. Franklin headed down to take down a Lich 1. Inferna also looking to do that. And there's the Cure 4 from Chaos. So this is the point at which I start just wailing.
Yeah, it's
Just
time to
pushing all
unload
damage
as much as you can.
before that Cure 4 comes back around. And, ooh, that's a nice one. 9 for 2169. 8 for 1309, and that'll do it for Chanigan. Get the GGs out in chat. Chanigan in second tonight with our official race time GG time of 1 hour 53 seconds. Bonsoir, Chanigan.
Hello. A GG's ale.
That was a close race.
That was fun. It was a bit the troll one with the slab. Like you had to go and do the old do the bottle thing, get the slab and the rod and get slab and something like that, and go back to get the key. That was fun.
Go back and get the key. What are you talking about? We don't get keys here.
No.
Yeah, Ale, whenever you walked into Sea Shrine there, I was like, does Ale know that the mermaid prison is locked? We're going to find out.
No, so when I race, I keep the incentive locations up off the flags string off the site to the side of my race window. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, random locked. Okay, well that's probably gonna be like TFC or something. I'm like, hold on. I wonder if they have Mermaid Prison on. Scroll down, look, Mermaid Prison. I'm like, yep, Mermaid Prison. Oh wait, look, thief lock picking at 22. Okay, well I'm just gonna go left side, get some tiles, hope I can get a hit 22 diving left side first, and then I'll go and check all the key locks. And then I was confused because I'm assuming it was like the defense sword or something. Because I'm like, there's only one Xbox over here and it's got a shard in it. So I was a little confused by that too. And I was like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna carry on and just hope it doesn't kill our run.
Yeah, I think it had to be the defense sword at that point. Although I don't know. I don't know if Shanigan picked it up or not.
Defense. No, I skipped it.
Just to let people know, Franklin appears to be in go mode. There were 3 shards. There were 3 shards in Dwarf Armory.
Nice.
Tracker's slacking over here.
Yeah, Franklin is in fact in go mode. See, Shanigan, I thought what you were going to do was turn the key in from the adamant and check Dwarf locked.
No, well, I was already in go mode, so didn't need to. Was I?
You were 1 shard short.
Yeah, and I knew where the.
Yeah, you knew there was.
I knew there was a shard in Armory.
Yeah, you knew there was one in Volcano Armory.
Yeah, because of those damn. Which one had nuke? One of the
Gator?
The Gators, yeah.
It was either the Gator. I think it was the Gator.
Yeah, I think it was.
Something out of the
With
Gator
Duke.
Hydra pack. It was something out of the Gator Hydra pack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Gators.
Let's see how Franklin handles this this turn 1 nuke from Lich 2.
Yeah, didn't get lucky at both dives. Always got turn one nuke.
And yeah, turn 1 nuke, but
You got plenty of life charges to go around. A lot of heal spells. That white mage is definitely coming. Very nice.
yeah, that white mage coming in clutch. And there's Carrie. Starting off with Fire 3, as Carrie 2 does. But that Excal doing work. Hack a thingum. And Franklin onto seafloor. Franklin with good step routing there. So, yeah, that bottle into Ruby into Slab. That was a thing.
I'm trying to remember where bottle was even found. Was that
That was early. Was that? Oh, I think it was. No, that was Q.
I think it was Cardia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it must have been Cardia.
I think it was Cardia.
Yes. Yes, that sounds familiar now. Because it was pretty quick going from ordeals with the floater into finding that bottle and just turning it in.
Wait, you mean you guys didn't sail back to the desert to use the floater and realize, oh, look, airboat's on?
Did you do that? If you did, I completely missed it.
I sure did. I was like, okay, I got the floater out of it. He goes, let's go get my airboat. So I sailed back to the desert, and I walked over there. I hit the button, and I went back to the main street. I'm like, there's no floater here, or there's no airship here. So went back and used it again. And it's like, oh, it's a shiny rock. I'm like, son of a gun. I bet airboat's on. Went to the boat, hit the button. I'm like, oh, look at that. Could have just saved myself 30 seconds.
I even yelled yesterday in VC against, I don't remember who did the same thing.
Yeah. I think at least 3 of the runners on stream yesterday did the same thing.
Yeah.
At least I'm in good company then.
It's the Winter 25 experience, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I never did any of the Winter 25 seeds or flag sets or anything like that. So this was just completely fresh and new to me. So there was a lot of little parsing over when I was like last minute deciding to race, and I was like, let me just try and get like the big pain points that I might run into. And then of course I missed a few of the smaller things.
Well, and we never got to see what was actually chime locked.
My guess it's waterfall. That might be the.
No,
I'm pretty sure it's waterfall.
it wasn't waterfall because Ale went to waterfall before he went to Sky.
Oh well, I don't know then.
I'm
I
gonna
think it had
just
to be
say
one
Ice
of the
Cave.
non-required dungeons like Ice or Marsh.
It wasn't Marsh.
Yeah, we saw Inferno go into Marsh early for gear and money.
It
So
might
was
have
it?
been Ice. It might have been Ice. We were thinking it might have been one of the Cardia,
Yeah.
one of the Cardia dead ends.
Yeah, that would have been my second guess after Ice. Because
So
I
this was
didn't get the chime until literally the very end. So like I did Sky, and then I went and did the slab turn and got loot. I was like, okay, well I only need to get one more shard, so I completely skipped Earth. Found a loose shard in like the Elf Prince closet, so I never did a couple of the dungeons.
We were actually wondering in chat if Titans is chime locked, is both entrances chime locked?
Yep.
Okay. Because I've never actually seen Titans be chime locked personally, so I wasn't even sure if it was a thing.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. It's rare, but it can happen.
I would just assume that there was a check in place for that because, like, if you walk out those stairs, then you're just stuck with your airship on the other side, or no one likes a soft lock.
And Franklin is buffing for the first part of Chaos. Chaos cast crack and nothing happens.
Wow. Where was that look? My
You'll love
first
to see
dive.
it.
Man.
So on my first dive where I wiped, I lost ended up losing a black mage to Tiamat, and I ended up getting banged through a ribbon, and I was really sad about that.
Oh, I had no ribbons. So I think I did a swing with the knight just because the knight had nothing to do, and then Chaos just cracked everyone. I didn't even have time to cast wall.
And I kind of like the way Franklin is doing this. We're spending all the time buffing until that Cure 4 comes out.
I don't mind it. It's just sometimes Chaos likes to be skill heavy or punch heavy, and that Cure Forward feels like it just takes way too long. At some point, you kind of have to swing, or you're going to be here for days.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on what kind of comp / characters you have standing at Chaos. Like on my kill, I only had the ninja and the black mage up, so I don't have time to wait because I can't really take damage because I have no way to heal at that point aside from heal pots.
Right. And there was 1,000 damage out to Chaos. We just had the heal 4. So now it's time to unload. And that'll do. Franklin, get your GGs out in chat for Franklin. That will put Franklin third overall. GG to you, Franklin.
GG's.
GG's.
Hey,
With
GG.
an official race time GG time of 1 hour 11:51.
I love the winter tournament flag sets.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Although I really miss the northern docks for airboat. I really like the shortcuts where you can take the airship, land it in the water at the northern docks
Yeah.
at Onrock, and
I think-
skip a bunch of walking.
Yeah, I think it's after. Was it right after Qualls where Northern
Melman
Docks
came
is
right after
able?
Qualls, and then northern docks came along with everything else a few rounds later.
Yeah.
And there's a water orb down for Inferna and 4 more shards. With cheeky brag strats.
When I was looking for those last few shards, I knew that key was going to be in the line somewhere. Then Dwarflock provided with 2 more shards than I needed. Which
Yeah,
felt
I
surprisingly
just needed
generous.
one at that point, so didn't even check.
Yeah, it stole shards from all the other seeds where I needed Dwarflock to provide. And that Chaos fight, I was so close to getting it before the Cure 4 because that Cure 4 started taking a while to get there.
Yeah. It always feels awkward when you're trying to figure out when to stop buffing on Vanilla Chaos.
Yeah, I threw out a test swing and got 1500 damage, and I knew that I only needed one more swing like that, but I got a little bit unlucky with the second swing with only 800.
Yeah. And I think TFC in C has to be the defense sword.
I think it's in one of the mermaid prisons because I checked TFC and didn't get anything out of there substantial.
Oh, I missed you completely checking that.
I was really disappointed when I got the X-Cal instead of the defense sword in Canaria locked. But the X-Cal was still helpful.
Yeah, I saw the TFC floor being cleared, but I didn't see the TFC chest being cleared. And I didn't catch on anybody else's streams what was going on there. I assume that this... I don't think there was anything else available to get the defense sword on. Unless, like, I'm completely missing something.
I really like the +4 and +5 on everything.
Right.
And it makes the black belt
that's-
even worse.
Which of course makes me sad.
I'll
Yeah,
just
later rounds, the black belt was fine.
I'll say just wait till you get to the final set.
Well, the final set, you need too many shards for it to be that great. But every once in a while, a
Not wrong.
Topher nasty enough happens. And you get a good grind early, but I feel like usually the black belt still isn't the right choice.
That is
The
in
fighter would
fact-
have to be in Gaia or something for that.
That is in fact 20 shards for Inferna.
Inferno's doing the same thing I did. Check in here. Oh, look, there's a box for the X. Wait, why isn't this the key item? I am confused.
Yeah, just another part of the Winter Tournament 2025 experience. Did you happen to catch the White Ninja Black Knight flags that were turned on?
I did see that when I was scrolling through early, yes. So I knew I wasn't worth trying to go back and pick up, like, Temper on the Ninja.
Who's
know
doing
that-
the tracking?
I am.
That's Macklin.
I'm doing a poor job of it.
Well, you're on triple duty, so it makes sense. And there's 4 people who are going at once.
I definitely was not keeping track of shards until about halfway through. And then it was, alright, they have 13 shards. Click the button 13 times.
At least since you're the restreamer, you're able to see my stream with the shard counter.
I think you're the only one that had a shard count on stream.
Circling back, TIL, the White Ninja flag lets him learn all the magic in level 1, so I could have gone back for life. I didn't think it did, so I didn't bother.
Yes.
went
Only
back
if
for-
only if keep permissions is not also noted.
Gotcha.
Hit.
See, we're all learning something.
Yeah, that keeps
If-
permission flag is definitely something that throws up. With the ninja, it's you get to learn all the spells, and if the knight is turned on, you only get to learn what the knight slots are for the black magic. It's really weird and wonky. But hey, that's a loot. We got our loot.
It is.
I was really disappointed when I ran out of money in Lafine. But at least the stuff I wasn't able to buy was level 6, and I could just go quickly to Crescent Lake for it. Because I also missed the easy dock with the Bridge to Lafine flag.
Yeah, that dock coming in between Provoca and Peninsula Power.
Yeah. The best place to put your airship.
Oh, Bridge to Lafane isn't on in these flags.
No, not yet, which is why I missed it.
Okay, I misunderstood what you said when you said you missed it.
Oh, yeah. It could have been interpreted as I forgot to use it.
Yeah. Which I suspect what we're going to see here is... I suspect we're going to see Inferna just go-moding Sky.
Yeah, we're gonna pick that black mage back up though.
Yeah.
Did we not pick up life on that ninja while we were there in Lafane?
We did not.
Okay.
But we're gonna go to the clinic, the clinic that feels the worst.
We're going the long way too. We're not taking the shortcut. Actually, I don't know that it's any quicker.
I don't know that it's quicker either way.
Hey, it was a thief in the Gaia Tavern, not a fighter. I'm shocked.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, fighter was in Elfland.
I think it was Elfland.
Yeah, that's where I picked mine.
It felt like to me, anytime I played a seed in a winter tournament, the fighter, if I didn't have it from the start, was always in Gaia.
Alright, I gotta bounce. I need to go to bed.
Yes.
GG's everyone. That was fun, as
Yeah,
always.
GG,
Thanks for doing this, as always. And I'll see you all later.
We'll see you next time, Chanigan.
Have a good night, GG's.
Bye.
And Inferna. Okay, I can see, especially if you've got charges of exit, that you run around and try and get 4 shards. But I also see just go moding to tier 1.
I think it's definitely faster to go mode to TO1 than to hunt for shards, and there's a possibility that you might even not even find 4 shards in all of Sky. Not common because there's 50 some chests in there, but it's still not out of the realm of possibilities.
Right.
Yeah, I think my gut instinct is telling me that it's probably still quicker just to go right to Tia if you need exactly 4 or less. Well, if you need exactly 4, rather. If you need like 1, 2, maybe 3, it's probably quicker to gamble on chess.
Yeah, I just remember a race I did where I had 4 to go when I walked into Sky. I think I had 3 to go when I walked into Sky, and I hunted for 3 shards, and I only found 2 in all of Sky, and felt really bad at that point because, yeah. But it looks like we're gonna head to Carry. Carry's two free shards. I didn't quite catch the levels that we have here on this ninja for Inferno. Maybe we have lockpicking? Yes, we do have lockpicking.
Okay, so then we get the 2 shards from Carry, and we go start checking locked areas.
Yeah, and we know there's quite a few of them in the armory. There's the one that's in the Elven room.
Yeah, we know there's 3 in Dwarf Locked. We know there's 1 in Elfland. And that's all the ones that we need.
I don't recall anybody checking Toflock. There's a possibility that there could be 1 or 2 there. But yeah, I think I would check the denser checks first. Canaria Locked, obviously, is an incentive item. Then check the Elven, the Dwarven Armory. And then, as a last resort, checking the Toph checks. If I only needed 1 shard, I might try and gamble on the Toph lock chests, just to see if I can pull 1 out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, if I only need 1, but if I need more than 1... I'm going to check higher density.
Carry punch. Carry delete.
Yeah, Carry does that. So just before we start wrapping up, as Inferno's cleaning up the last couple shards, which that will be 2 more for down and Carry. As we start cleaning up, this will be let me remind everyone that we've got our Class 206 and flag reveal on Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And our a community race on Thursday, just like this one. And Saturday starts the Duckling Derby. We'll start Saturday night.
Since this is the Duck Boot Camp, could you give me your thoughts on where I lost 10 minutes on our veterans here tonight, other than menuing, which I fumbled a few times?
It's... I think it was probably routing.
My routing near the beginning was a little bit sloppy with going back for the fighter after finding the flame armor. I should have taken the fighter while I found it.
And Ale has said he'll watch it back and see if there's anything that stands out as well.
Yeah, I would say the biggest time loss I find myself is routing between locations. Trying to analyze, okay, what key items do I have? What turn-ins can I do? What's the closest thing that I can get done? And trying to keep the distances from point A to point B to point C as short as possible while keeping progression moving. and it's definitely a hard thing to analyze in the moment, and it's something that I definitely feel comes easier as the more you play. But that's definitely a spot that I could possibly think as well as what DM said, that could be where some time loss was.
So Inferna actually has not done Earth.
I could have sworn that we had done Earth. I guess not.
So it's going to take 2 shards from Downing Lich.
I don't know that it's any faster than hunting down 2 shards elsewhere, but also they're 2 known shards, so I think it does make sense to just head straight to Lich, knowing that we can grab those shards and be in the go mode.
Yes.
Because you could spend 10-15 minutes hunting down those 2 shards and never find them, and then have to resort to the Lich kill anyway, or diving into a dungeon that you've already explored and now have to search out every chest in it to find those last remaining shards.
Right.
Alright, y'all without the map derp are really making me sad.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. Map derp is so much. Map derp is fun. Inferna into Topher.
I
thought
also
I had
saw
it on.
that
I'm so
win.
sorry.
Sad Tophers all around.
Let's see how this dive goes. But yes, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, it's almost always routing. It always was with me. Where do I lose time? I lose time on routing.
Yep, we're gonna take the reset. We're only on Lich. It's short, or it's mid Topher. It's a quick redive. Don't even bother trying to waste spell charges on picking that up. Just reset, try again.
This is why I like that more than anything is why I like mid Topher. Because a wipe is so much less punishing, but it's still punishing.
Okay, everybody survived the nuke. Now we gotta get the damage off to make this happen.
Yeah. Not quite, but it's okay. Stop isn't that bad. Stop's not that damaging.
Are we swinging the Falcon?
Oh, I think we might be.
I was trying to get a glimpse on what the sword looked like. I saw the white damage sprite on, and I wasn't sure what sword we were swinging there.
Where was that? Where was that katana ale?
Sky 4 on the left-hand side. Or Sky 3 on the left-hand side.
Sky 3 4-pack.
Yep, that one.
Sky 3 Greed pack.
Yeah, and I don't think Inferno went that far.
Nope.
Warple was pretty early too, though.
Where was the Vorpal? I don't even remember. I know I've seen it on screen, but I don't remember where it was picked up at. I think I saw Franklin was the one using it, correct?
Using the
I think
Vorpal?
so.
Yes.
Yeah, I was definitely using it. All Vorpals are good in this flag set.
Do you happen to remember where you
I
picked
want
it
to
up
say
at?
it was Volcano Armory.
Might have been.
I think it was.
Okay.
All
It was
vocals
one for each, or it was early on, and it was a greed check, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely before leaving Undersea with a ship. So that's the only place I can think of that it came from was going to be Volcano.
That makes sense. There was a lot going on at that point, so I was missing quite a few things.
all Vorpals are usable in this flag set. Which, if you know me, you know that's about the highest compliment I'll give to a Vorpal. Calling it usable.
All right, we're done with wiping the Lich. We're gonna go.
Yes.
Looks like grab spells, possibly. Maybe pick up a few levels. I know I saw
Yep.
blue stake in the desert somewhere.
But I like this play of going to get spells.
Yeah, I don't dislike taking the zombies and trolls. They're not like massive amounts of experience, but it's still decent enough that it can make a difference.
It's still XP. And it's money that you can use to buy spells. Oh, Inferno, you have white ninja. You have white ninja that can learn that life spell. I don't like not taking the stake. Take stake rather than wings.
As I say,
Just to say,
the steak is
just as a
the
matter of
more
practice.
the juicier pack, or the juicier part of the pack,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We have flame armor we can put on that ninja, replace the wood armor with.
Yes. Yes, we can upgrade some gear here.
If I remember right, the ninja can equip anything that the fighter or the knight can, except for the opal armor and the dragon armor. I think.
I think that's correct.
I know ninja is basically a step down from the knight, with the exception of it gets the katana, whereas the knight gets the X-cow. But I think most of the other gear are pretty interchangeable between the two.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the other exception I
They-
think is the gauntlets. I think Opal Gauntlet's still night only, if I remember correctly.
Yes. The opal
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah. And then the power
Oh.
ball can be equipped by the fighter.
Actually, I like this better. Getting levels at the on the first floor of Topher. Especially off of those purple worms.
Yeah, those are going to come with quite a bit of experience here. We're going to see some fast levels. Hopefully we can get our HP ranges up to a point where we can withstand a nuke. Yeah, 7,000 experience that's a level right there.
That's That's good XP.
Just worms? Only worms?
Hey, I'll take it.
I wouldn't mind seeing 4 of them, but I'll take the 1 to 2 worms.
I mean, I agree with you. I'd rather see 4, but 2 is still nice and juicy. More worms. As long as those worms keep showing up, I'll keep taking them. Even if I'd rather see, rather see 3 or 4, as long as they keep showing up, I'll keep taking them. Maybe get up over about 30. Up over about level 30. Is it ice for the chimeras?
I think it's ice.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's ice. As we saw lit not do much of anything, and we see fire not do much of anything, it must be ice. Oath is still a challenge, especially on these flags. So, okay, if you like where you are, if you like where you are on levels, then go out. Then you definitely want to go out and save. If you, yeah, if you want to go out, if you want to get levels, you go out, you save. You go out and you save so you don't lose all of those levels.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. So we survived the nuke. The extra HP we got from those levels is definitely helping. Now let's see if we can manage to get through this Lich fight without any casualties.
Uh-oh. Nope. There went the Black Mage.
Yep. Zap never works for you, but it will work for the fiends. And now we've lost some levels.
And now we've lost all of those levels that we went after.
But we're just gonna go ahead and power through this. I will say spoilers in chat. Inferna did take the DNF. We're gonna go ahead and pull Inferna in so we can go ahead and get wrapped up here for the night. A few of us have to be up very early in the morning, so
Yeah.
we want to get wrapped up here soon. GG's Inferna. Vanilla fiends are not fun.
Yeah, that black mage just did not want to live through the nuke.
One thing I will suggest is when you take that grind there on the first floor of Topher to get those levels, that was a good call. Definitely want to go out and save afterwards.
Yeah, I thought about that after the death and I went, ow.
Yeah.
Because I think I did that a different time. I think I did pop back out and save after a bit. Yeah, I also never found anything. I think you might have seen it or almost or see it coming up. I'm wielding a falchion the entire time.
I noticed
found
that.
We noticed that. Katana was on Sky 3 in the Greed 4-pack.
Okay, which I never went into Sky. Well, I walked in, then realized I need 4 shards. I can just go knock over 2 easy fiends, so I left.
See, I thought you were gonna go mode to Tia.
I thought about that. I thought about doing that, and then went, but it's quite the trek. I wouldn't have checked basically any boxes on the way up. So it's that trek versus just pop over, punch Lich in the head once. And
yeah, I mean, I see that. I understand.
At the same time, I thought about it afterwards. If I was going to do that a little better, because the trek down to carry is a little on the long side, I probably could have grabbed a shard or 2 out of Mirage and then gone and knocked over Lich in 30 seconds, which would have been a little faster than going to carry and Lich.
Yeah.
But not finding any weapons was just the worst. Like, okay. There's only so much the ninja can do, and especially when Carrie does this.
Carrie hits pretty hard.
Yeah, Carrie hits almost as hard as Tia or Kraken, I think.
Yeah, as the Black Mage finds out in 15 seconds?
There.
Yep, there it
so
is.
your ninja could learn life.
I went back to
White
check for the
ninja.
Red Mage, and I missed that the ninja could learn it. That's why I went back to see it.
White Ninja and Black Knight are not common flags. Yeah, White Ninja, Black Knight aren't very common flags, so it's easy to miss those.
And the Red Mage confuses me on what he can learn when after
Red Mage
promotion.
confuses everybody.
Yeah, there are charts. There are charts out there. I can remember levels 1 and 2, but beyond that, I have to look every time. Level 2 is everything. Level 1 is 1 and 3 before promotion, 4 after promotion.
Okay, and life was on 2. That's why I never got to learn it. Yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
well.
And the knight can learn everything the red mage can, or the red wizard can learn.
Okay.
Or in this case, actually, the ninja could learn all of them, but when it's regular knight, the knight can learn everything the knight can learn everything that the red wizard learns. So again, 1, 2, and 4 in level 1, and everything in level 2. So let's wrap up with some. Let's start wrapping up with final thoughts. Ale?
I think it was a bit of fun. Glad I finally got to play the Winter Tournament flag set. Definitely gives a newfound respect to the vanilla bosses, because some of them are just kind of mean.
Yeah, they are. Franklin?
I'm looking forward to hopefully playing the finals flags for Winter Tournament in the Duck Derby.
They're a
Because
fun
those
flag
flags are
set.
really fun.
They're definitely a fun flag set, and my only advice is practice early skydives.
Practicing the seed is practicing early skydives. It happens half the time.
I mean, you're not really wrong. Inferna.
This is a learning experience. The bosses have not been this mean in any of the prior flag sets.
Yeah, I mean, they're not usually. We don't usually drop mean bosses like this, but it is one of the last. It is the last boot camp flag set, or one of the last 2 boot camp flag sets. So, and since it is tradition that the finals of the Derby are the Winter Tournament finals flags, we do want to make sure that you see all of the things that are in those through the boot camp. And this was the opportunity to do vanilla touch, vanilla boss scripts.
The Winter Tournament flags are difficult for a duckling. I DNF'd the first 2 to 3 times I tried them.
And they are a challenge. And I hope that some of the duckling seeds that I've put out that may be a little harder than the traditional duckling seeds have prepared. Mecklin.
Just GG's everybody that ran tonight. These flags are definitely not easy, as was stated before. The bosses having their vanilla scripts but with boosted stats makes them. Honestly, I think they are probably one of the worst random rolled skills and stats that you could possibly get. There's probably a few other exceptions out there, but they definitely rank up there with being some of the hardest ones. So, GG's and nice performance trying to push through there. I know Inferno that this is probably maybe your 20th seed playing this game, so
If that.
yeah, still learning, but still doing admirably well for this short amount of time that you've been doing here. Then I want to say, thank you to DM Stewart for coming on and joining me in the booth tonight, as well as putting on the Duckling Boot Camp with Rax, and the Forerunners, Saracen and Luffy. Really appreciate the Duck Boot Camp helping out new players learn how to run the game, run it competitively, learning the ins and outs of it, and then yeah, I guess I'll pass it back to you, DM.
So again, thank you to all of the runners all the runners for tonight. Everyone that's run in the boot camp, we want to thank all of you. If you've run the reveal seeds, thank you. We've got one more reveal seed. We got one more class seed coming up Wednesday. That's going to be our 206. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's going to be an adventure. We've got the community race Thursday night, and the derby starts Saturday. So be ready. Be ready. Come out. Have fun. Good luck to all of our ducklings that are in the derby. And as Mecklin said, thank you to Saracen and Luffy for giving Rax, and I the keys to the Duckling program. Thank you to probably the best randomizer community on the interwebs, which is the Final Fantasy I randomizer community. So on behalf of all of us here, I've been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody.